In this video, we are going to learn on depreciation functions in MS Excel. Excel offers 5 different depreciation functions, and in this video, we are going to learn on 3 depreciation functions along with the rounding and fixed rate of depreciation also. Okay, what we are going to learn in this video are how can we use SLN, SYD, DB and depreciation using the round function and without using the round function. So these 5 kinds of depreciation functions we are going to learn in this video. So let's start. First one is SLN. SLN stands for straight line. So SL stands for straight line. Straight line depreciation is the most basic type of depreciation. This method depreciates an asset by a fixed amount per period over the asset's useful life. For example, before that, the SLN function can be used to calculate straight line depreciation in Excel during a single period of an asset's useful life. The main difference between SLN and SYD is this: SLN will consider only a single period of an asset's useful life. The depreciation of the assets over a specified number of periods can then easily be calculated by multiplying the calculated single period depreciation by the number of periods. I will show you how is it performs. So this is the function we have. So for finding out or for calculating the SLN, consider we have a cost of 30,000 with a salvage value or residual value as 7,500 in a useful life of 10 years. So for calculating the function SLN, we have the formula or we have the function SLN equals SLN brackets open cost salvage life. Since the Excel provides the easiest method to calculate these kind of functions, we have to input only the argument values. Let's see how is it calculated in real life. So in this formula we are giving the cost as 30,000, salvage value as 7,500 and the useful life as 10. Okay, and we will get the depreciation amount. So here is the amount. How can we calculate the SLN or the depreciation value with a single period? Okay. So here what is calculating is actually the cost value minus the salvage value divided by the useful life. So this is the same answer that we get when we used the SLN function, right? So this is the actual calculation of SLN. So SLN is the very basic depreciation function which will calculate for a single period of depreciation. Okay, single period with an asset's useful life. So it is cost minus salvage value divided by useful life is the actual calculation, whereas in Excel we have to just apply the argument values like cost, salvage value and useful life. Okay, next one is SYD. So what is this SYD? SYD is the sum of years digit method of depreciation is known as SYD. It is another accelerated depreciation method in which the annual depreciation is determined by multiplying the depreciable cost by a schedule of fractions. The SYD function calculates the depreciation of an asset over a specified period using the sum of years digits method. I will show you how. So here we have the same cost value, salvage value and useful life. So we will find out how much amount we will have depreciation for the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. So after 1 year, what will be the depreciation amount? After 2 years, what will be the depreciation amount? Like that we are going to calculate after 10 years. Since our useful life is 10, we are finalized with the depreciation for year 10. Okay, so after 10 years of useful life, what will be the depreciation amount? That is what we are going to perform using the function SYD. See, SLN had only a single period, which is 10, while for SYD it has a number of years or number of periods. It is according to the useful life. Okay. So SYD function performs the calculation like, we will consider the useful life as 10 here and we will find out the depreciation for year by year. So before that we have to calculate what is the sum of 1 to 10. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. So it is 55. Since I already told that this depreciation or SYD is calculating using the sum of years digit method. So we need the sum of years. So sum of years is 1 plus 2 plus till 10 and it is 55. Okay. So let's see the calculation now. So before move on to the actual calculation like the SLN did here, we will learn about how can we use the function SYD. So for function SYD, it has the arguments like cost, salvage, life and period. So if you are finding out the depreciation for the year 1, you have to pass the last argument as 1. If you are performing the depreciation amount for the second year, you have to pass the last argument or PER as 2. So according to the year, we have to pass the last argument. If you are finding out the SYD or the depreciation amount for the year 8, the last argument will be 8. Like that. That is the only difference between the SLN and SYD. Since SLN doesn't have any fourth argument, it had only 3 arguments like cost, salvage and useful life. Since SYD calculates the sum of years or it considers the year, the depreciation amount year wise, we have to pass the fourth argument as year. So that is changing according to the depreciation amount of year by year. Okay, so this is the Excel calculation. Now let's move on to the actual calculation. So now we have the sum of years digit here, that is 55, and how the depreciation is calculated year by year. Let's see. So equals, any formula should begin with equal sign, right? So equals, first one is for the year 1. So we have the useful life as 10, right? So 10 divided by, so after 1 year it will be reduced to 9. So now we have 10 useful life. So 10 divided by the total value, that is 55, into the cost value minus the salvage value. See, so this is the value that we are obtaining after the year 1 depreciation. So this is the value. So what about the year 2? It will be, so here after the 1 year we have used a 1 year of useful life, right? So it will come as 10 minus 1, that is 9. 9 divided by the sum of years into same cost minus salvage value. See, the answers are right, 3681, and here is also 3681. So what about the next one? So after 2 years, we used the 2 years of useful life. So it will become as 8. 8 divided by 55 into this cost value minus salvage value. See, so this is how the actual calculation is performing year by year to finding out the depreciation. Okay, so now let's move on to the next function, which is dB. So for finding out the SYD also, we are just putting the dollar symbols for locking the cell values or the column name and the row number, and just drag it down to find out the remaining depreciation amount for the remaining years. So yeah, that's it about SYD. Next, let's move on to the dB function. So what is a dB function? Which is declining balance. It's not depreciation or something like that. dB means declining balance. So it uses a fixed rate. So here we have one more value that we are considering for calculating the dB. Not in the formula, but for calculating the actual calculation, we need a fixed rate. So this fixed rate is calculated using the formula this: 1 minus salvage value divided by cost value raised to 1 by useful life. So this is the formula that we are using to find out or to calculating the fixed rate in the dB function. Okay, so I will explain it later. So the dB function performs like this. To calculating the fixed rate, it uses this formula, and here I am rounding. Here I am rounding this calculation also. So round off 1 minus the salvage value divided by the cost value raised by 1 by useful life. And since the round function has two arguments, the first argument is the calculation value, comma, I need a 3 decimal part. Okay, so 3 digits in the decimal part. So comma 3 I have given here. So this is the rate value or the fixed rate. Okay, so this is how we will calculate the fixed rate. And the same cost value is here, salvage value is here, and life in years is 6 years. Okay, so for the depreciation for year 1, what is the function and what are the arguments? Let's see. So the function is dB. Okay, and the arguments are cost, salvage, life, period, month. So here one more argument is there, which is month, and it is also optional. Since we are finding out the year by year, we know that 12 months in a year. So we are passing 12 as the last argument. If we are finding out a semi-annual depreciation, then the last argument will be in 6. Okay. So if we are finding out a quarterly basis, the last argument will be in 4. The last argument will be 4. Okay, so since we are finding out the depreciation for year 1, year 2, like that, year by year, we are passing the month as 12. Okay, so this is how we will calculate the depreciation amount using the declining balance function, that is dB function. So in this sheet we have learned on 3 functions like SLN, straight line, SY, sum of years, dB, declining balance. And yeah, that's it about this one. So for finding out the second year depreciation amount, here we have to pass the same arguments like what we did in the year 1 depreciation calculation. So just you have to drag it down and find out the remaining depreciation amount for the remaining year. Okay, so now let's move on to how can we calculate in the real calculation or the actual calculation. Let's see. So equals the cost value, before that I have to open the bracket, the cost value into the rate value. Okay, see 319000, this is what we obtained here also. So for finding out this is for the first year. Okay, since we don't have any useful life, okay, we do not use the useful life, that's why. So here it is like this, just the cost value into the rate, fixed rate. So this is the actual calculation. So for this actual calculation we need the rate value, that is why I calculated here. Okay, for using the Excel formula we don't need these kind of values, but to show how to illustrate how can we calculate the actual dB function using a not dB function, how can we calculate the depreciation amount using a fixed rate. So I illustrated using the calculated fixed rate value. Okay, so yeah, this is for the year 1. What about the next one? So for depreciation value, period 2 will be equals this value minus the previous depreciation amount value into the fixed rate value. See, so 217239. So like this we have to find out the remaining depreciation value for period 3, period 4, period 5, period 6, etc. Okay, so you just need to know what all are the arguments we need to find out the SLN, SYD and DB, and what is the actual calculation or the actual formula to finding out this depreciation. Just acquire that knowledge only, you don't need to learn it. Okay, so that is why I illustrated how can we do the depreciation calculation using the Excel functions and also in the real life. Okay, so I hope you understood these concept. Now let's move on to the next two methods. How can we calculate the DB function or the depreciation function with a round function and without round function. Okay, yeah. So here we have the cost value, salvage value and life is here. Rate of depreciation, as per the previous sheet we used the same formula over here also. 1 minus salvage divided by cost raised to 1 by life, useful life value. And we use the round function here since the DB function depreciation with round is performing here. So I am using the round function for here, and yeah, and I obtained this as the fixed rate 0.319. So here the columns are categorized into 5, like year, beginning value, depreciation value, end value and the DB value. Okay, so as a beginning we have the cost as this. Okay, 1 lakh and 10 lakh as the cost. And how can we calculate the depreciation? It's in the actual life, it's by the beginning value into the fixed rate, right? So that is what happened here also. Here calculation is the beginning value or the cost value into this rate of depreciation, and we obtained this as value. So end value, what will be the end value? End value will be the difference between the beginning value and the depreciation value. And here is it. What about the DB? So here we used the function db like what we performed in the previous sheet. So using the function db, we have to pass all these arguments and just put enter. Okay, so this table is just for illustrating how can we use the db function with the round function and without round function. Okay, so since this one is using the round function, so we calculated the fixed rate using the round function. Okay, so here we have the db value here. So this end value will be the beginning value for the next year, right? So it's equals this end value. Depreciation will be B8 into the rate. B8 means this beginning value into fixed rate, and we will get this answer. End value will be the difference between this value minus this value, and again calculate the db function. Like this we have to find out the remaining years also. Okay, so next one is finding out the fixed rate without using the round function. So here we have applied only the formula, that means 1 minus salvage divided by cost raised to 1 by useful life. We never used round function for finding out the fixed rate. Okay, so the difference is there itself, right? So when we use the round function it was 0.319, and without using the round function it is 31870, like this value. Okay, so see the difference also. So here we have the values. The beginning value as this cost, depreciation value is this value into this fixed rate. So there is a minute difference between this and this, right? So it was 319,000, here it is 318,707, like this. And end value will be the difference between the beginning value and the depreciation value, and the remaining is all same, only the difference is for the calculation of the rate of depreciation. One is with the round function and the another one is without round function. So this is just an illustration to finding out the major that minor difference between the fixed rate with the round and without round. Okay, and finally with the sum up we will get the depreciation amount with the 256 a kind of difference in these two tabulated values, and but finally here that using the db function it will be same. So in real life calculation there will occur a few loss of money, but if we use the excel function it won't show any change, it is same. See here 9,256,000 and here also it's 9,256,094. So this is the thing that I want to highlight. With the help of Excel we won't have to face any loss in amount if we calculated in a real life or in actual calculation with the actual formula we might have to face some loss. So to avoid that such a cases we can use the Excel for the useful benefit.